my goodness. Najee. Kenny Pickett also. And he banks out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go! Beat it! Yes! Let's go! Alrighty, Steelers Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. What's going on here, mate? Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay. Don't know why, but it's a bit crooked today. Does that look crooked to you? Hold up. Wait a minute. That's gonna have to do. That's right. McBeam for OC. Not enough cringe openings. Is that me? Yeah, man. You know it. I just think my camera looks off today. I don't know why. Is it like on the side? Oh, I know why. Don't you worry. All right. Is that better? That would do. First of all, I just want to say the Jaguar fan base, man, they are relentless. Like, they are terrible. The fan base is acting like they've won a Super Bowl. So I did a video yesterday. I called out the refs, and by the way, the refs did a really bad job. Like, a really bad job. I'm talking almost NFL needs to be investigated by a third party, right? The Jaguar fans don't like that. But I've got some news for Jaguar fans, because they talk about having the most wins in Heinz Field and all these kind of things, and they call Heinz Field our second home and stuff like that, right? And they treat the terrible towel with disrespect. But Jaguar fans don't know how to handle success. You played good. The Jaguars played good football. We're a bad team. You almost lost to Trubisky. Let's be honest. Like, you almost lost to Trubisky, number 10. And Trubisky is awful. Yes. The Stevie Wonder would have been a better rep. 100%, man. Like, that was really bad. I've never seen something that bad. The fact that Trevor Lawrence can get hit and by Keanu Neal and you get a flag. Then Kenny Pickett gets a hit too, and he doesn't get a flag for that. And also breaks his rib or, gets injured off the field. The refs were inconsistent. Like the lady ref who called the field goal one, it doesn't matter if she's a lady or not. Sorry, the ref who called the field goal, terrible. Like, it was awful. G'day, Derby. What's going on, mate? Let's turn down the music. Yeah. All right. Let me see if my audio is good. Today's show, guys, will go for about an hour or so. Fantastic, right? But I'm telling you, the Jaguars fans, man, they're crazy. 100%. I've got one for you. I've got a few of them I want to bring up. But let's go to the chat. G'day, DB says, cool thumbnail. Love the comic stealer guy. The thumbnail today was based on AI. I put that into AI but via Canva, and it came up with like a Steelers football player and a kangaroo drinking a beer. That's what I did. So I asked for that. J-Devil's in the house too. G'day, Steeler girl. G'day, Squanchy. Squanchy. I don't know if you're a Steelers fan or Jags fan, because right now I had about 200 Jags fans come to the comments and just yell and scream and cry baby this and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, chill out. You guys have never won a Super Bowl. You have like zero success. And you've been in the NFL 30 years. You've been in the NFL 30 years. You know what? Man, kindergarten's over. Like, it's not like you're a new team now. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the league long enough. You should be getting ready for success, and you still can't win. You still haven't been to a Super Bowl. So I thought that was crazy. Fire the AI, fantastic. Thank you, Still Girl. Yep, who else we got in the house? Still got George in the house too. Whoops. George in the house. G'day home. What's going on? So you are you're a Steelers guy. Okay. There were a few people in the house that were mostly Jags yesterday, and you can't blame them. Like, they're happy about their win. the Jaguars played a better game than us on offense, on maybe not defense, but they played a better game than us, I think. And I think they were lucky, though, to be honest. I know our team's terrible. We're a bad team, and we'll talk about that. But I think the Jaguars fan base should feel pretty lucky because the refs helped them in that game. They really did. Yeah, could do. G'day home, what's up? G'day Thomas, how are you? Yeah, three big games. Oh man, Squanch. Is that from that show? What show is that from? That's Rick and Morty. Fantastic. Another West Coast. Here we go. G'day, Chloe. What's going on? Yeah, people coming in and out soon. See, I will. I will. Because you know why I will? Because a lot of the fan base came into the comments and really went after me. Like they just can't they can't handle it. All I was saying was I was calling out the refs. And the refs, you know what? If I wasn't a Steelers fan, that game was pretty piss poor. It was really piss poor. So I'll do it for I'll do it for me, right? But we all live in our own bubble. We all do our own thing. You have your comments, I have mine. But I'm actually right now, I'm gonna exactly right. G'day, Yuli, what's going on? I'm gonna tear the Jaguars apart and put them in place because if the Steelers do meet them in the playoffs, I think they win that game. I think they bounce back, and if they verse in the wild card, if it's Steelers at Jacksonville, I think they win. Because here's why, right? I think Jacksonville needed to calm down. And we will, and if you guys want to vent about the Steelers, this is the show for you guys. We'll go for about an hour or so. But check this out, right? Let's start with their record. They all came in and said to me that the Jaguars, this is how far I go, right? The Jaguars have won. They beat Steelers at home. Your crybabies, this, and this, whatever, right? But they're not a good team just yet. They're 6-2. They won 9-8 2022. But 2 years ago, they were 3-14. They were 1-15. Teams like this, like Jacksonville and the Bengals, they can't handle the success. And maybe to a certain point, some Steelers fans can't handle the losing. Like this is the first time I've been through a losing, I guess, culture. Yes, we are 4-3, but I've kind of been the first time I've been through this kind of mentality of like, we're just not a good football team. We can't play good on offense, right? Not happening. So I go back to the Jag stuff. And it's not like they are one of the greatest teams or the greatest franchise in history, right? So 3 years ago, they were 3-14, and then they were 1-15. In 2019, they were 6-10, right? So there's not too much success there, and they're all going after me. And the one big thing they went after me is they said that the Jags win their games at Heinz Field. But I did some more research, right? And I was going to jump to this before, but I did some more research. And I found out, of course, they have 0 Super Bowls. But I looked back into the Jaguars' history and the Steelers' history going to Jacksonville. Now, the Steelers have won in Jacksonville 7 times, and the Jaguars have won at Heinz Field 8 times. So that's all you're going to hold on, Steelers fans, is the fact that you have one more game away and you're calling that Heinz Field. It makes no sense to me. Like, I think some of these fan bases are just so arrogant and so up themselves for the limited success they have, where we've been a successful culture for, numerous years, right? And we have it in the past too, throughout the 70s, success in the 2000s, where the Jaguars haven't had that success like that. I think the last time they won at home was like 2006. I think it was. Yeah, 2006 was the last time they won at home. So every other time the Steelers have beat them, right? And of course, we know how bad they are. Like 1995 to 2023, 29 years, 195, 263, their 8-8 record, and 0 Super Bowls. So Jags fans can come at me all you want. You can do whatever you want to. You can say that Blitzburg is terrible this year. We know our team's crap. We know Matt Canada's one of the worst offensive coordinators in the year. We still support them. We understand that Kenny Pickett's going through his ups and downs. The O-line's going through its ups and downs. But we still support them, right? But the fact is, you've never won one. So there are fans out there that have been watching this franchise for 29 years who would probably be 25 or 30 odd or something like that have never seen your team win a Super Bowl. I think that's funny. I think that's awesome. I've been thankful enough and lucky enough to see 2 while I've been supporting my team in Super Bowl 40 and 43. And that's why I always go back to it's really hard to win a Super Bowl. And here we are. The Jaguars have 0. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Makes no sense to me. Holy dooly. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're done, man. We're done. We are done at 4-3. It sucks. Like losing sucks. Losing hurts. And I feel like in this social media instant gratification culture, we're so high on the loss all the time. We are. It does suck. And I know our offense isn't playing well. They're the worst rank in the one in the NFL. Scoring 16 points per game and like 5, 6, 7 touchdowns. They're bad. We know they're bad. It does suck. I get that. You support your team through the good and the bad. There will be players, coaches you don't like, but you're going to support them anyway. 100%. That's why. G'day, John. What's going on, mate? I haven't seen you in yonks on YouTube. That's why I support Coach Tomlin. I love Coach Tomlin. I like him as a person. I like him as a coach. And just because we go through a flat line of a few bad seasons, I'm not going to give up and start bagging him out, right? You guys can if you want to. Me personally, I can't wait to shake that man's hand and say thank you. I'm going to go to his Hall of Fame speech, shake his hand and say thank you. I don't care that we lost yesterday. You kind of move on. You get over it, right? I'm going to go and shake his hand and say thank you, Mike Tomlin. You've been a great person to the organization. Many people look up to you. You've been a good coach, and here you are in the Hall of Fame. Now, does he need to get better in 2023? 1,000%. 1,000%. But welcome back. What's shake and bake? I haven't said that in a long time. Welcome back, John. Right? I don't know, man. The Jags fans got me all kind of crazy. Like they were just, and I'm like, that's what you would want to see, right? They went in the comments and were like, yeah, it was the refs didn't do this. They did though. You look back at that game, and the refs got involved a lot. The James Pierre tackle or flag was terrible. The flag came out like 2 minutes after it went in, and then you saw the field goal flag was just horrendous. Like he was not offside at all. Chris Boswell shared it. Deontay Johnson called him out, right? Everything went their direction. It was one of the games that I've seen numerous comments from Steelers fans saying it's since 2001 or since the last 20 years, it's the worst game they've ever seen officiated on one side. And it was that. Jags fans will then say, well, the penalties were the same. It doesn't mean that though. The fact is, at third downs and in key moments where Steelers were trying to score points, they put the flag in there so the other team had the bigger advantage to win. Kenny Pickett got injured. Next minute, Trubisky comes into play, and you go on with Trubisky being your number 2 quarterback. He can't throw anything. Then he throws into triple coverage. That's why it's frustrating, right? But here's why also I think now that it goes to the Bengals fans or the Bengals organization, and then I reckon the Jacksonville Jaguars fans and their fan base, because they can't handle success. And I can't wait to see them get done in the playoffs, however far they go, because you guys are classless. There was a safety called Andrew Wingard, right? He says this. He says that Andrew Wingard on the terrible towel, which, by the way, you never mess with a terrible towel. You just don't. It means too much to too many people. It's a symbol of Pittsburgh. It's a symbol of fandom. It's a symbol of so many things to Steelers fans. Where's mine? Mine's behind me at the moment. But it's a symbol of everything that means to Steelers fans. And even for me, when I wake up at 3 a.m. and I have my terrible towel, it's not just a towel. It's a symbol of your support for the organization. So when people mess with this and other players out there, and by the way, no idea who Andrew Wingard is. He's the safety that he got thrown into triple coverage by Mitch Trubisky. So when he comes out and says, these grown men crying about their tiny towels bring me so much joy, dude, you can't be saying that. Because there is certain times in history where you'll see the curse on the Titans, or you'll see Houshmandzadeh wipe it with his feet, and it comes back to bite you in the bum, right? So these kind of things are just crazy to me, man. And that's what shows you how they're such a young franchise, a really young franchise. They can't handle the wins, and they obviously, for a long time, they're stuck in their own way in the losses. They just can't handle these wins, and they can't handle the recent success. You look at the Bengals fans too, and also like the Bengals organization, right? They're a good team right now, but they also can't handle the success. You know what I'm saying? They just can't do it. So you see these things. Andrew Wingard on terrible towel. You do not disrespect the towel. It's not a good thing. It's a symbol of Pittsburgh, a symbol of everything that we love about the city, the Steelers community, fan base, whoever, me, you guys out there, Daredevil, Dante, whoever, right? Anyone out there, it's a symbol of that. Like I've told you guys once before, my terrible towel never gets washed because it never gets dirty, ever. And it's been everywhere I've been for the last 15 years. It's going to Thailand, Canada, America, wherever I've gone, it's gone with me. So to do that, that's stupid. Absolutely stupid. And also, they should have been flagged for that too. They picked up the terrible towel, I think, from some fans. They either stole it from fans or was laying on the ground, or whatever it may be. And also, each terrible towel is unique to the individual, and Pittsburghers are born with a towel in hospitals when they're, from day one when they're born. And if you go and steal that, or you carry on about that, crazy, absolutely crazy. They should have been that should have been a taunting penalty. You give a taunting penalty to DJ who does shh to a guy who used to play on a team, but you won't give a taunting penalty to someone who uses another object to rile up the crowd or rile up the opposition. So this game in itself was all over the shop, and the refereeing was just piss poor, absolute piss poor. Another reminder: the Jaguars have 0 Super Bowls, so don't talk to me. Right? In the comments, you can have this win all you want, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning championships, and the Jaguars have 0, absolutely 0. Right? Okay. So, alrighty. So let's come back to the chat. Roz, it fires me up, man. I had so many comments in there. Me too, Daredevil. Me too. Me too. Yes, I saw that too. Boswell was alleged he'd probably get fined, but he was one of the first ones to call out the refs. And 100% that line tells you the story of basically that flag shouldn't have been thrown. Tomlin talks about he's never seen that penalty being thrown in 17 years. I've never seen that penalty being thrown in like 17 years. Yeah. So, oh, sorry to hear that, Daredevil. Wait a minute. Hold up. What? Hold up. What's going on? See, I see the first part and I'm like, that was real, but that can't be real. If it was real, I apologize. You got see I can't hear that stuff, man. I see like normal things. I'm like, oh, that's sad. That's not good. And then you said the other part. I can't believe I should have screened that. I need a guy in here to screen my calls. Holy dooly. No, if the Jaguars play us again, I think we have a chance no matter what it is. If we have players healthy, I think we can win that game. If the offense can. Yes, I agree. John's in the house too. Hell's in the house. G'day, Arsenal DB. Yeah, it's terrible, man. Terrible. I beat up a glove. Right. G'day, Ryan. What's going on, mate? Yes, dude, don't do that. Not at all. All right, let's get back down to the bottom. You really got me on that one. I was like, hang on, hold up. I was like, is that real? No, it didn't. How do you Squanch? Your name's gonna be hard to say. Squanch says here, Minka didn't help either. No, when Minka went down, that sucked. He went out with a hamstring. Was running along. Kenny Pickett went down too, and that should have been flagged. So that was crazy, right? It was awful to see. But yeah, that's when I make my point. My first point for the first 25 minutes of the episode, I've got 20 people in the house, which is crazy to me, was if you're a Jaguars fan out there and you have been ripping on the Steelers, just remember who you are. Remember who you are because you have been in the league for 29 years and done nothing. Your record is 195, 263. Your playoff record was 8-8. You've only had recent success, right? Championships 1-0. Super Bowls 1-0. Now, someone said to me, right? Someone said to me in the chat, well, the Steelers have been in the league longer, like 96 years. Yes, we have. And we've been to 8 Super Bowls in that time, right? And we weren't the best in like 1930 or 1940, 1950, right? So we weren't good to the 70s. But that's still, on average, I think about 1 Super Bowl per 12 years or 1 Super Bowl per 13 years. So you can't give me that BS that the Jaguars are new to the league. They've been there now almost 30 years and still haven't been to one and still have not won a Super Bowl. So you can't give me that shit that's saying that the Jaguars are a new franchise. No, they're not a new franchise. The newest franchise is the Houston Texans. They're 2002, right? You saw what the Golden Vegas Knights did, or the Las Vegas Knights did. They went to the Stanley Cup, I think, in the second year, and they may have won it, or they won it the year after. Don't give me that BS, that absolute BS that, oh, we're a new franchise and we're only been here 30 years. I don't care. You still haven't won one, right? And I don't think you'll win one with Trevor anyway. You just got lucky with the game yesterday. Right. Okay. Woo! Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Jacksonville probably going to lose their friend. Yeah, they might go to London. Oh, God, that would be good, wouldn't it? All the Jacksonville fan base would they would be in tears. They'd be in absolute tears. Never met a Jags fan. There you go. They must be all on the internet. Oh, I think so. I think they might. So Boswell came out with the penalties. Deontay Johnson called him out for the refs for saying they let him win, which they did. And of course, we played bad, right? We played really bad, but they let him win for that reason. So yeah, I reckon they might do. They could do that. G'day, Carl. What's going on? Oh, imagine, yeah. Owen would have all the Jags fans over there. Only took us 9 years to win Super Bowl. We didn't. So we never won any championships, but the Steelers won in the first one in 9. All right. Anyways, just wanted to kind of settle on that point for a minute. That the Jaguars fan base has been going after me, as they do. I kind of, poke them, prod them, poke the bear mentality, poke the Jaguar, but I don't care, right? I don't give two shits, right? So let's move into some other stuff too. I want to bring up this. So we have here the Mike Tomlin press conference was today. So apparently Minkah Fitzpatrick's going to be out. Kenny Pickett will be a game time decision Thursday night versus the Titans coming up in a few days' time. Joe Porter has apparently earned his starting role, and Cameron Hayward groin could play against the Titans. And also, I think McFarland might be able to play as well in this game. So we've seen that happen there. And of course, Steelers are open for business at the trade deadline. I think that's what Mike Tomlin said in his press conference. We're always open for business. So that's happening tomorrow. I think the trade is happening. The last day of the trade is tomorrow. I think that, I don't know. Do you guys think they're going to trade away any players? Do you think the Steelers are going to pick up any players? I don't know. I have no idea. John says, who we want to play? I kind of hope it's Mason Rudolph, but I get the feeling it's going to be Trubisky. Now, Trubisky in this game was absolutely terrible. Like, he's just not a good quarterback anymore. Actually, was he ever a good quarterback? I don't know. G'day, Boomer Sooner. What's going on? We're going to get DB suiting up. Yeah, could be true. It could be a center. Trade away Matt Canada. I don't know. But who wants to play? I think Kenny might play with his ribs because I think they said to. Do I have it? Yes. So Dale Lowy from Pittsburgh says he's still his head coach. Mike Tomlin said there's no structural damage to Kenny Pickett's ribs. Right? So hopefully he can be good to go. And by the way, too, that kind of sucks. Like our quarterback gets injured, and I know he's not the best guy on the field just yet, but he's our guy, and it should have been flagged, and it wasn't flagged. And when you see him go down, when he went down, the game was pretty much over. Like, there was no chance. They couldn't run the ball. And Trubisky's not saving the day. I don't care what anyone says. He's not a good quarterback. He's not saving the day. So that was pretty much like, yeah, if we have Kenny going, sorry, I got too many buttons. Where is it? Yeah, if Kenny's out, so Kenny will be game time decision by Thursday. So what's that? Wednesday, Thursday. So three days. It's only 3 days away. A short turnaround. 3 days away. And if he doesn't play, I think we will probably see 95% we'll probably see Trubisky play. But I would like to hope that they would go for Rudolph, but I just don't think they will. I think they're going to go Trubisky. So if Kenny doesn't play, we have to watch Trubisky versus Will Levis. Steelers versus Titans, Thursday Night Football. It is what it is, right? It's crazy. Yes, I agree. I think if Kenny stays in the game, he has I know. It's so crazy. It is so insane. Sorry, I was reading the fourth quarter comment, then Jadal cut me off. Well, didn't cut me off. He caught me by surprise. He said, trade away the negative fan base to the Bears for a 4th round pick. There's something about this year I just think, I know we lost, but it's like we're back to square one, isn't it? It does feel like that. It's like back to 4-3. We're square one again. We got to win a game, and then we had the win against the Ravens, Rams. I was feeling really confident in the team, but maybe the team's just not good. Maybe we just have to support them, and maybe they're just not a good team. I don't know. Obviously, the offensive coordinator is not a good coordinator, but overall, maybe the team from top to bottom is not a good team. So, yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, Trubisky made the Pro Bowl with the band, the Bears. Yes, Carl says Trubisky was good enough to the college. I don't know, man. John says we need to trade for O-line players, and KP can be comfy back there. Yeah, I see that. It's so crazy. It's unreal too, because the Steelers versus Rams, I gave props to Dan Moore. I thought Isaac Seumalo played well. I thought James Daniels played well. I thought that the offensive line got better. Mason Cole played well. And then you fast forward to this game, and Mason Cole's throwing footballs on the ground. James Daniel is non-existent. Dan Moore's getting beat. It just was the exact opposite of everything that they had started, right? Yeah, true. We'll see. I'm just not confident. I'm not confident in Trubisky to start. I'm really not. Holy dooly. Oh, man. I'm just not too confident in our team right now. But somehow the Steelers are still 4-3, which I don't like. You know, they've beaten Rams, Raiders, Browns, Ravens. And they've lost to the AFC South in not Colts, the Jaguars, and who's the other team? Texans as well. But it's also how they lost too, right? Because when you look at like the stats and stuff, where is it? Like, we're just a bad team. We're a bad team. Trubisky was 15-27, 138, 5.1, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, QBR 28. Kenny Pickett was 10 for 16, 73, was starting to do something. 1 sack. They ran the ball 18 times. Jalen Warren was 19 yards leader. Like, what are you meant to do? They didn't run the ball the best either. They ran the ball 30 times. They got 3.3 yards average for Travis Etienne. So the Steelers were in this game. That's the frustrating thing. And that's why I go back to the refs. I think the refs really, stuffed up so many points. And also, you saw little plays where Kazi got the interception and then ran out of bounds. Like, how do you control that kind of stuff? You just can't. You just can't control that stuff, man. Woo! Yeah, true. Very true. Ooh, I don't know. See, I'm not too sure if they're going to make a move for those guys. I really get I just get the feeling. I get the feeling that Steelers won't do anything. I think they're going to go with who they got. I think outside linebacker, you're going to go with TJ and Highsmith and Marcus Golden and Herbig. I think they're set. I think they're set at middle linebacker. I think they like now cornerback with Joey Porter and Levi Wallace. He'll be on the bench or he'll be injured. Or they'll go with Peterson. Peterson didn't have a good game. I feel like they're just going to go with players like that. Maybe they can improve the center position. Maybe they can improve the O-line. Or maybe they use Broderick Jones more. I don't know. But I feel like they're not going to make any moves. I haven't heard any rumors or any news about the Steelers making trade. The rumors you do hear are made up ones. I've heard no sources like that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It was awful. It was just bad. J Devil says we lack discipline, execute at a high level. This is something we can't adjust to. Yeah, it's been the same thing. It's been the same thing for like 3 years, right? You have a really good game, and the next one you have a really, really poor game. Like it's just the way it is. All right, guys, let's do a quick break, and then you guys can, if you want to, ask me questions in the second half. And here's a good one. As fans, we should want to win, but win or lose, we shouldn't hang our heads. We got to love our team. 100%, 1000%. Because the season's not over yet. There's still what? 10 games to go? Not over yet. 10 games to go. There's a long way to go. All right, let's have g'day, Curtis. What's going on? True. True. He throws the interception start, and then Rudolph comes in after. That would mean that Kenny Pickett would have to be your backup quarterback number 3, I think. But I agree with what Homer says. All right, let's do a quick break, and I'll come back in about 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
It's the Steelers. What isn't there about it? Studs everywhere. Man, I'll play punter if they want me to. Whatever coach tells me, I'll play. Man, I love football. I love to play the game of football. I'm ready to play football. And I'm happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of this team. So I'm happy to be here. I love the game of football. I think it's an art. I think it should be played a certain way. And that's why I love to play the game. I just love football.
Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. It's funny because the only reason why I do a break is to get a bit of water, get my thoughts and stuff like that. It's sometimes really hard doing solo podcasts. It's kind of like, what do I talk about next, What do I say? But I feel like I should just chill out and have a bit of fun. So if you guys want to ask me any questions, tee away. I don't know, man. I'm still pretty keen on this team. I'm always going to be keen on this team. They're just, and I like what Thomas said. The 3 years of inept offense has been really bad with Matt Canada. We kind of know that. Like, I'm sick of saying his name. We know how bad they are. The thing is, I just don't know, like, what's the overall identity of the team? Is it a defense-first team? They have to win 13, 10, 17, 17, 16. Is Kenny Pickett going to stay upright and be healthy? G'day, Steel. What's going on? Right? They did... Yeah, they can do whatever they want. I give two shits. That's expected. That's expected. I poked the bear. I poked the bear the other day. So I poked the bear, and I still stand by it, though. I stand by. I think the refs were terrible, but I poked the bear. And when you poke the bear, you're going to get back the fan base like that. It's going to happen. G'day, Brian. What's going on? Claude's in the house too. Fantastic, man. Got a lot of people in the house today. So let's hang around that. Yeah, quick break. Right. Let's hang around that part, right? This team, what I've been looking at the last 3 or 4, 5 years, since 2016, 17, when Ben had his last good years, they just can't get it done on offense. Now it comes back to the OC, but there's something in this team where they seem not to be ready for certain games. If it is the Texans, they get blown out. If it's week 1, they're not ready. They get outmatched, out-schemed, out-coached. The players aren't executing plays. So maybe it comes down to the Steelers are just a bad team. It could very well be a bad team, and they're getting coached in certain positions where they can go and win games to go 4-3. Like, this team can still make the playoffs. Playoffs, they can. They can still make the playoffs. So I'm trying to think, what is their identity? Brian says 100% is defense. And maybe it is defense. Maybe all that, because their all money goes into defense, they should be a defensive first team that gets sacks and holds them and field position. But the only thing with that is, if you're going to play the game like that, the defensive play, you have to run the rock and consistently run the rock. The Steelers don't run the ball enough. They give up. They ran the rock like 12 or 13 times last night or yesterday. So when that happens, it's quite frustrating. As a fan base, you just want to see the team play good football, get first downs, and the play calling, as we know, has been awful. The more we talk about it, the more we start repeating ourselves over and over and over and over. The funny thing is, though, the fact that we come down to Thursday night and I'll be going live, maybe with some beers at my 11 a.m., cheering on the Steelers to beat the Titans. And we put ourselves through this. Do you know why? Because we love the team. We support the team. But if you look at it like a critical analyst lens, the offense is so poor. The Steelers should lose this game this week. The Titans will be able to probably beat us with their defense, and they'll probably have a better offense than us with Derrick Henry, a better O-line. They can run the rock, and they use not Derek Hopkins as well, right? They'll probably have a matchup with Mike Vrabel versus Coach Tomlin. But you want to hope that the Steelers can shake everything off, like Taylor Swift, shake it off and get better at their actual position. If that is receiver, at Pickens, who had a good TD, or DJ, who needs to catch those footballs, there's so many little mini errors. But along the way too, teams aren't perfect, right? NFL teams aren't perfect, but at the same time, this team is like, it either plays really good football or good football, and then absolute trash football. Like, you just go, oh, what's that? So it's crazy. 100%. I'm going to watch the game too. So I'll try and do a podcast about the Lions game. Derek from Detroit Lions Syndicate, you know Derek. He's going live today too. You want the coffee clip that goes 4 minutes? Yeah, fantastic. I need to make more stuff. I got an idea. I might try and start filming like Australia, like filming the outback and stuff like that. So like in my breaks, or I might show the beach and whatnot. I don't know. It'll be like just more clips of Australia, not just me in my room talking football. Hurly durly. I've heard that too. I've heard Terrell Edmonds might be rumored to come back. That might happen. Yes, I agree. Yep. I agree 1000%. Big Ben also brought up the idea of Brian Leftwich, and I think he played for us, right? He played for the Jaguars. He played for us. The Steelers just need more explosive offense. They got to get the ball down the field past the 10-yard lines. And the way that Matt Canada schemes things up, it's like short passing that it doesn't make sense. Like it's like second and 12 when you call a screenplay, or it's like second and 5 at the goal line and you call a reverse to Connor Haywood. These plays just don't make sense. But the funny thing is, though, Matt Canada had a really good game plan for the Rams. They ran the ball with Kenny Pickett. They ran the ball with Warren and Najee, and they got not Dotson. They got Marlowe. They got James Daniel to the second level. All these blokes moved up to the second level to get the running game moving. So I just can't understand, from one week to the other, they go from being a good football team who can win the game 24-17 to a terrible football team like that. Don't know. Now, does it come down to that the Steelers missed players like Minkah Fitzpatrick and Kazi who went for the interception? Does it come down to that? I'm not saying JPJ is a bad player, but was he not ready for the spotlight to be quarterback number one? But he'll learn. Does it come down to that Peterson isn't doing enough leadership role, or Peterson wasn't the best buy we thought it was going to be for the team? I don't know. Does it come down to the refs? These are all great questions, by the way. Does it come down to the refs were just in our way and held us back with the momentum, like Thomas says? It could very well be that. The refs just threw flags here and there everywhere. And next minute, we had about the second quarter, I was like, this game's done. I was like, this game's over. This game is true and wholly over, because they were feeding the Jaguars up so much. They were giving him that much possession and time and taking away points from Chris Boswell. Chris Boswell nailed a 55-yarder. They threw the flag on the offside, and it's not offside. And the refs stand by what they did, and the flag on Trevor and no flag on Kenny makes you think that this game is pushed a certain way to get a certain result for a certain team. And that certain team was the Jags, because they're hot. They're the hot team right now in the market. They're an international team, so the NFL is trying to build them up overseas to get everyone going crazy, because all the fan base in the UK loves the Jaguars, because they're almost forced to love them, because they're the easy team to cheer for, because they go over there 3 times a year. So that could be a connection. This stuff to me is just, it riles me up. The fact that it wasn't a fair game, and we've seen in the past, you've seen where Joe Hayden has the Saints game, right? You've seen the Joe Hayden in the Titans game where he was short, and I've been critical of the refs in the past. And even 2 weeks ago, still Browns versus the Colts. The Colts got absolutely robbed. You can't tell me that those 2 pass interference calls were actual pass interference calls. They led the game. The Browns come back in the game, and they won the game. So to a certain part, there's a narrative at play, and the narrative is controlled by the refs. If you guys can't see that, I'm sorry, it's true. It really is true. 100%. Yep, I agree. I didn't know that, Carl. I had no idea about that. That's terrible. Yeah, we still got to play better too. They said it's a hamstring, so I think it might be like maybe, I don't know, I have no idea. Maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I have no idea. No idea. Safety could be an idea because Mink could be out. We haven't heard anything up. G'day, Goat. What's going on? We haven't heard much anyway about that. Yeah. The game is this Thursday, my Friday. Yeah, 100%. Kenny didn't play well. I agree with it. Kenny didn't play very well. Kenny almost threw a pick. And it's not like, it's just, it doesn't feel like last year. You know, last year on the rookie deal when we won 7-2, it doesn't feel like that. They can't run the ball with Nunge or with Warren. It doesn't matter who's back there. The offensive line isn't moving people in front of them, basically. They're not doing that. And I don't understand that too. Claude says try putting D. Washington in there too. You're not getting the offense is not getting tight ends in play. They're not doing plays to Connor Hayward. They're not doing plays to Washington or anything like that. You're missing Frymuth, but it doesn't even matter because they're not even using tight ends, right? Early dirly. Yeah, so in the standings, I haven't done my AFC North rundown yet, but I will. So every week I do my AFC North rundown. Maybe tomorrow I'll try and do that on the video side. I just got rid of it, by the way. Steelers are like 4-3. Everyone's 4-3, and I think the Ravens are 6-1 or something like that. Let me see. The Ravens are 6. No. So we're 4-3, 6-2. The Ravens are. So everyone in the division has a winning record right now, but we have -34 in the points, and the Bengals have won 3 in a row. So they were like 1-3. Now they're 4-3. So they've bounced back dramatically, which is insane. Yeah, and I agree. Sorry, there's some of the comments here. Ryan says wasn't a roughing on Lawrence. No way, Jose, man. It just wasn't. And so you gotta call that one, and you don't call the one on Kenny where he got actually hurt. Makes no sense. Yep, I agree too. G'day, Danny. What's going on? That's a good analogy. I like that. He said it's never been easier to play offense in the NFL. Canada makes it look like it's trying to land on the moon. That's a very good point. And you know what, too? I know the players back up. They back up, Canada. But there has to be someone in that. The players must be thinking, can we do something different? Can we try something else? Can we do this? Yeah, man. It could very well be. I'm not going to judge Kenny until probably after the season. I'm going to wait to see what happens. But it very well could be that Kenny might not be the guy. You guys are going so fast. No, I've never had Ruin a pizza. Nah. I've had kangaroo 2 times. 2 times. Yeah, but the refs are to do with the NFL. It's all together. 100%. Yeah, and that's what we expect, right? We've seen that. The funny thing too is, right, in that game yesterday, and I'll go, guys, for the next probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It's been a great show. But in the game yesterday, if Kenny Pickett lands that football to DJ, I think the game is just, okay, now we can throw over the middle. DJ missed that completion. It was a bit high, but you got to catch it. If DJ catches that ball and we get 30 yards, maybe 40 yards, I think it's game on. I think it's real game on. So we missed that one. Yeah, I hear you. They scored 10 points at home against the 31st passing defense. Yep, I hear you 1,000%. Yep, and that's right. The new golden boy is Lawrence. They want to make him the good guy now. They tried with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, and Lawrence are all the golden guys, all the golden quarterbacks they look after. They treat them like Tom Brady. They could be. You never know. You never know. All right, catching up. G'day, Terry. What's going on? Terry says, I've been a fan since 1975. Been down this road before. It doesn't get fixed until we get new coaches. Fair enough. What happened to you, Thomas? Are you injured? And we haven't got a fullback. That's right. So we haven't got a fullback. They use Connor Hayward. They don't really use. We haven't got a traditional fullback, or they wouldn't even know how to use a fullback. So we're using Connor Hayward in that sense. We're running from the shotgun. They're not running from a fullback like they used to. Even if Derek Watt was there, don't know. Do you sign Derek Watt? I don't know. They just don't do it, man. The tight ends, they just don't use tight ends at all. Yeah, I'll be watching that game too. That's crazy as well. John says we're 2-0, right? And we are. Steelers are 2-0 versus the Browns and Ravens. And this is why I say that the society is so, what's the word? Instant gratification, right? It does suck. This loss sucks. But at a certain point, you go, we're 4-3 and we'll see what happens. But at the same time, I understand that the offense lingers and you know what to expect. So I get it. I get it 1000%. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go with Mason. They should go with Mason, but they'll go with Trubisky. But I want to see Kenny if it can. Yeah, 100%. It was bad calls. Yep, I agree. Holy dooly, man. You guys are on fire. You guys are absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. Yeah, the Bungles now, they got their playback too. So, yeah, I'll never. I understand the logic. I understand the logic behind that. I would never cheer them to lose though, but I understand the logic. You lose to get a better player next year. You rebuild and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so did someone else too, Terry. Someone else said in the chat. Sorry, I forgot who it was. If Kenny plays the fourth quarter, we win. I think we do too. So, yep. That's a big question. I don't know. I say you go Kenny this year, Kenny next year. I think you build around him. I think Kenny this year, Kenny next year, no matter what, you build around the offense and see what happens. That's 1, 2, 3 years. And then the fourth year is like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? You know? And I agree with you, Homer. We don't. There is zero identity on this team at all. Zero. So, but the thing is, you know what's so funny? We have done this before so many times. We're hyped up, then we lose. Then we win 2 in a row, then we lose. Then we win 2 in a row, then we lose. So it's just that kind of season. It's up and down season. It's football. It's their best men against our best men. We didn't play good football yesterday. We have to move on at some point. Now, I do have like one, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I have one video idea. I was thinking about doing Trubisky video because I saw when Trubisky threw the interception, he threw in a triple coverage, man, you know? But I feel like if Kenny Pickett is the guy going healthy, going forward, if he's healthy, then that's a good result for us. And you have to have some plan to run the football 35 times a game. Somehow, some way. You got to get the third down running back involved. I don't care. You need to have Connor Hayward running back football, plays back there. Or get Warren and Najee involved more. You got to get on the run 4 yards of carry, 3 yards of carry, somehow, some way. And when I say get the running game involved, I mean actually you have to get the run game needs to work. It doesn't work right now because the Steelers can't pass down the field to get points. So the way they're going to win the games is defense, run the game, keep the defense fresh, and win games like 19-17 or 20-13 or 20-17. They're not going to win games ever 45-41-10. It's not happening. This offense, this scheme, coordinator, maybe even quarterback, offensive line is not built to go out there and throw 4 TDs and 5 TDs. We know that. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm getting fired up today now too. Woof. Yeah, it is a roller coaster. So, but I would love to see it. I would love to see them be, competent, not great, not fantastic, not elite, just competent for once. Competent for once, and that's why I like the Rams game. The Rams game to me was a good game. It was 24-17. We won that game, right? We ran the ball really well with Warren and Najee. We got how many yards we get? 100 yards? Let me see. And of course, there was a controversial call with the fourth down, but I think he went down, but I think he was over. Steelers at West went back and checked the tape and said he was good. So of course, too, the line on the TV is not always the same. But 24-17 is a 7-point win. They won 14 points in the fourth quarter. That felt good. They beat Matthew Stafford. They beat Aaron Donald. They did all those things, and you can't beat this new flashy team that is the Jaguars. That's a frustrating part, right? So Kenny Pickett was 17-25, 230, 9.2, 2 sacks. Pretty good game. They ran the ball 29 times, 14 to Najee, 6 to Warren, and Kenny Pickett was doing knees near the end. So ran the ball like 25 times. You run the ball 30 to 35 times, you have a chance to win. And when you run it effectively by getting 4.2 yards average or 4.3, 4.5, you have a really great chance to win. The Steelers just don't do that. They get in their own way, the coordinator, the execution, all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But last week they let up. Puka Nacua got 154. He played unreal, but they still won the game. They came back to win the fourth quarter. If Kenny Pickett's in that fourth quarter, you might win that game. Mike could call better play calls with his. I probably could actually. Yes, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, I haven't really looked into the Titans too much. Let's look at them. That's a good segue. Let's look at the Titans. Remember the Titans. So they lost their quarterback. I think Tannehill got hurt, or maybe he was benched. I don't know. Go to the schedule. So the Titans are 3-4. They lost to New Orleans 16-15. They won against Chargers 27-24. They lost to the Cleveland Browns 27-3. They lost to the Cincinnati Bengals 27-3. They beat. Oh my goodness, they beat the Bengals 27-3. They lost to the Colts 23-16. They lost to Baltimore 24-16. So they've pretty much played the AFC North so far, and they beat the Atlanta Falcons 28-23. So their biggest guys, what looks like to me, is not Levi Wallace. What's his name? Will Levis. He's 19-29 for 65, 4 TDs and 2 sacks. So he won the game the other day. Derrick Henry's got 4.4 yards average, 3 TDs and 526. And Hopkins got 504 yards. So Hopkins, Henry, offensive line, Spears, their backup running back, and a few other dudes getting some catches here and there. On defense, who they got? Kevin Byard, they just got from the Eagles, I'm pretty sure. Kevin Byard went to the Eagles, and they've now got Terrell Edmonds. Is that right? Terrell Edmonds is now a Tennessee Titan. So, I don't know, man. The Steelers have, you know what's funny? The Steelers have bigger problems, I think, to worry about the other teams too much. They just got to do things, fundamentally speaking, got to do some like normal football plays to win the game. Like first down should be the key area. Get first downs. Crazy. You know what's funny? I actually don't. You'd think so. You'd think so, right? But at the start of the show, so you'd think that's true. The Jacksonville Jaguars lead the series 15-13, right? Their last win for the Jaguars was last night, was a win. Previous before that, the Steelers had won 2 games in a row. And then, previous before that, the Jaguars had won 2 games in a row, right? And from 2008, 11, and 14, the Steelers won those games, 17-9. So that's a misconception that Jaguars are a better team than us. No. We're pretty much even. And also a misconception is that the Jaguars have a better record at home than the Steelers do. They've won there 8 times, whereas the Steelers have won away 7 times, right? So to me, it's a misconception. It's not as bad as we think, to be honest. I looked at the stats. I looked it all up. Oh, dearly. Yeah, 2017 game was pretty tough, though. Yeah, it was real tough. I hope so. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. What the hell? Holy dooly. All right, let's get out of here, guys. That should be it today. I'm pretty fired up. Oh, man. G'day, Danny. What's going on? Okay, let's get out of here. So I didn't play any. I can't play any Champions music today. We're not playing. This will do. What is it? All right. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the game. Look, it's not too bad. It's bad, but we support our team anyway. We right there. 21. You guys, your name, fans of terrible power, fans of the team, love the team. I know it sucks right now, but you just keep moving forward. Keep going, right? You keep moving forward. Everything I have is Steelers. It's everywhere, dude. Everything I have is Steelers. They're all around me. I got pictures of Big Ben, the guys sacking Aaron Rodgers. I got Steelers stuff everywhere, man. You keep moving forward. It doesn't matter. Like, this team is very, 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 very frustrating to watch. Very. But the defense is fun, right? They beat the Ravens. They beat the Browns. They beat the Rams. Aaron Donald. They beat Stafford. They beat Lamar Jackson. They beat whoever played for the Browns, Watson. So, yes, it's frustrating. But we'll see what happens. And I'll probably be doing more live this week. I'll probably maybe Thursday. Wednesday I'll do a live because it's such a close turnaround. 3 days to go. 100%. 100% decked out with Steelers stuff. Oh, I haven't got... Oh, that's a good idea. I should make one of those. I haven't got a Steelers boomerang. That's a good idea. You guys have been great, though. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Go for a run to the Winchester. Everyone, get a beer and wait till it all blows over. It all blows over. Right. Fantastic. You know what I might do? The last few minutes, just let me go over the football fantasy stuff. You guys do catch it. So I wanted to give a shout out to Homer, who's winning, who won his game. 151, he's won against me. Still a stairway to 7. John, he's probably won his match against Spokane, just me. 4-3, so they've won their matchup. Still McMaddy's. I think Yuli has to win. Needs 10 points to win against McMaddy's. 119 in today's game. Brotherhood is still, I think you might have lost unless you're a receiver. So I was going to make a members video, but this is... Oh, you got Devontae Adams, maybe. Maybe if you get like 40 yards. Oh, I don't know, dude. You might lose against Dante. So Jeddah lost that one. And Sean, I think, lost against Pepper. 121. So I was going to do a video about that, but I'm just too pressed for time today. Too pressed for time. And that's it. Let's just keep going, man. We'll be right. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Enjoy the Lions game. Lions versus Raiders. Shout out to my mate, Grid. Derek, doing a fantastic over there. If you do see this episode, you're awesome. And that's it. I reckon we go Steelers. I'll see you guys in 2 days' time. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's go. Come on.